Hey Mitchell, we should do an episode on that Studio Ghibli film.
Okay, that's vague.
You know, the Miyazaki one.
That's not helping.
It's got the strong female protagonist, and
that's really not helping.
All that flying, there's a character who's like an inventor.
That's not helping.
God damn it! It's from the 80s.
Again, not helping, man.
Cute, whimsical, quirky. There's witches.
Again, you've narrowed it down slightly, but not enough for me to just.
I don't know.
Let's just do Kiki. We promised the viewers we're gonna do that one, so let's do that one.
That's the one, yeah.
Alright then, welcome back to the final form. I'm your host Mitchell, joined once more by Ryan.
Yep, that's me, Ryan Taylor.
I really wish we could have like a back and forth like you guys do at the Jedi Drop It, but I'm just terrible at coming up with titles off the top of my head.
Maybe one of these days. Today we're doing Kiki's
Delivery Service.
Yes.
And like I said last time, this is my favorite Miyazaki movie, and that surprises a lot of my friends, but I just enjoy this one so much. It's a really good palate cleanser.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Like, it's a fucking fantastic film.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of Miyazaki films now, but yeah, it's very much in line with what I've seen. Like
you were saying, it's just whimsical, strong female lead.
Yeah.
Wonderful art, wonderful flying animation. I mean, this is, I want to say, the most condensed you can for Miyazaki without having his anti-war.
Yeah.
Which, like I said before, that's not a problem. The man does those stories well, but I think he's at his strongest when he's just being more whimsical.
Yeah.
When he really is the Walt Disney of Japan.
You know, I would say after watching this movie, I think this is a really good starting place for someone who hasn't seen Miyazaki.
Yeah. Most people I know always say start with Princess Mononoke. I'm like, no, that's just...
I still haven't watched it.
I love that one. It's probably my second favorite he's done, but I would never say that's a starting point.
So let's backtrack a bit here. I think for starters we should talk a little bit about Miyazaki himself.
All right then.
How do you pronounce his first name? Is it
Hayao Miyazaki.
Hayao Miyazaki.
That's what I've heard the most. But you're always going to bump into that person who's like some other pronunciation, and you're like, sorry, I'm not a native Japanese speaker. I will do the best I can with my clumsy tongue.
I guess co-founder and the main source of Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
He's best known for Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and My Neighbor
Totoro.
Yeah, Totoro. Those are the big ones. Those are the hits.
Yeah,
I guess you would say.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he has a lot of movies. It's hard to really get into all of them.
Yeah, like I said, he basically is the Walt Disney of Japan. Just so much whimsy, so much good stories. Some of them have not aged as well as you'd like to think, but they've aged way better than some of Walt Disney's early movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, they had different starting points.
Yeah. I don't do this often, but I'm going to plug somebody else's podcast on here.
Yes.
If you want to get a better background on Miyazaki and his life, his story, his work, and I've mentioned this podcast before, Wizard and the Bruiser, they did an episode and they started from his early life through his entire career, through his entire body of work.
Oh, okay.
And
I will probably have a chance. I'll check that out when I get a chance, because it sounds pretty nice.
It's both educational and hilarious, as they usually do. Strongly recommend that one.
Oh, okay. So let's just get into the details about Kiki.
One more thing I wanted to say. I don't know if you knew this one. I found this really interesting. Did you know that this wasn't originally meant to be a Miyazaki film?
No, I did not know that, actually.
Let me see if I got the name here. Originally, the director was Sunao Katabuchi.
Okay.
He was best known for being the lead creator of Black Lagoon.
That is so goddamn weird.
Now, I haven't seen Black Lagoon, but you've told me about it before. And
okay, Black Lagoon is about cutthroat modern-day pirates. Who smoke, drink, and curse.
Yeah.
As much as you want in a town that's pretty much run by different gangs.
So, as far as I know, I could be getting some of the details wrong here. Kiki is Miyazaki's original creation, his story.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going to direct it himself. I think he was working on something else at the time, probably Totoro, I would guess. That was pretty close to the same time frame.
Yeah.
Something it's around that area.
Yeah, I mean, anyway. I think he was working on like 3 or 4 movies at the same time.
I mean, he is
the dude was not known for taking things slowly, which is why no one was surprised when he retired a few years ago. Yeah.
He has to be one of the hardest working human beings to ever existed.
Yeah.
So apparently, Katabushi was working on this and his original draft of Kiki. Miyazaki looked at it, was not pleased, and said, "Let me do this myself."
I've heard that he is, while he's a very whimsical director and whatnot, he is not very easy to work with.
Yeah, and
he's got strong opinions. He's not afraid to say them. And when you see his movie and then see interviews about him, he almost comes across as like Two-Face.
Yeah, he's a perfectionist.
Yeah, and he is not fan of fans.
He's also not a fan of his own son's work.
No, I've heard that.
He's had some comment. Goro Miyazaki directed, was it From Up on Poppy Hill? Was that him?
Yeah, which I really liked From Up on Poppy Hill.
And Tales from Earthsea. I haven't seen any of his work yet.
I haven't seen that one.
But I think is From Up on Poppy Hill his first movie?
I think so, yeah.
Apparently he walked out of a screening of that movie and it was just like, oh god, that was awful. Like,
and I don't know anybody who dislikes that movie. I know some people who just thought it was an okay movie, but
well,
and going back to Kiki, he does not like a lot of fan theories involving this movie's ending.
Okay,
he has an ending. He didn't tell you what the ending kind of is, and no, you're all wrong.
Okay,
because the way that people like the fan theory, how the magic works.
Okay.
And how familiars work, and he gets upset by some of that sometimes from what I've read.
Okay.
Then again, I don't know how true that is because it's basically third-hand information you're reading online.
Yeah.
So I like to take it with a grain of salt, but with what I've seen of him in his interviews, I can really believe that.
Okay. So let's get into the movie, what it's about, and then we can discuss it, I guess.
Yep. It's about everyone's favorite ever UPS delivery girl.
Pretty much.
I mean, if UPS was employed by flying witches, I think they would definitely have a lot better credibility. But Kiki is a young witch, just turned 13 not too long ago. And a tradition of witches in this universe is after they turn 13, they leave home to train for a year on a night of a full moon.
Yeah.
They fly off on their broom, they take their familiar, which is a black cat, obviously.
Of course.
And find a new home, find a place where their magic can be used to help the citizens of that new area, and learn from there. It's pretty much like, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is like Pokemon training.
Yeah.
You're at this age, go on an adventure. Learn from your adventures. And we follow Kiki when we follow her from when she leaves home to when she lands in this beautiful seaside city.
Yes.
I mean, the architect and the views in the city are just... I just loved it. But
are we ever...
I don't think we ever find out the name.
I didn't catch it if we did.
I rewatched it last night, but I was cleaning at the same time, so...
Okay, yeah.
Details are... But, it's just Kiki and her pet familiar, Gigi.
Yes.
And if you watch the first English dub, Gigi is voiced by the late, great Phil Hartman, and... Some would say it's not his best performance, but...
I found it to be a little phoned in, and as not to say, Phil Hartman at his worst is better than most.
Yes.
That's the thing.
And the way Gigi is animated, I feel that actually added to him.
Yeah,
But if you were expecting more traditional Phil Hartman, then I can see that being a disappointment, that this is one of the last things he did, and for some it's like, oh, he phoned this in. For me, it's like, maybe he overacted by underacting?
Yeah.
I guess
I can get that.
Yeah, and Gigi is one of the highlights of the movie for me, but I'm a sucker for black cats, talking cats, and black talking cats.
Yeah.
But, why don't we discuss about Kiki herself? Because she is precious.
Yes.
And she is extremely relatable to anybody, I think. Because she's out on her own.
Yep.
She's just left home, she's 13, she doesn't know much about the world beyond what your parents can teach you, but even then, that's kind of not preparing you for
in terms of the plot, did you mention the part where she can't get a traditional witch job and has to become a delivery girl?
Oh, yeah.
Like the plot of the movie?
Yeah. Well, they just have to use her magic to help people, so
yeah.
I guess her using her ability to fly is actually pretty ingenious, because she doesn't really have many other witch abilities, so...
No, but like it's not what she expected to be doing.
No, and that's...
But,
that's one of the reasons why I like her so much, is that, she rolled with it.
Yeah.
Which is a great life lesson.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She can be a little bit stubborn, a little bit, quick to jump to what she wants, but push come to shove, she'll do what is needed.
Yep.
Which is admirable in the best kind of way. And, that's why the movie's called Kiki's Delivery Service. She ends up running a small delivery service where people ask her, can you deliver this package to someone inside the city or outside the city? Because, well, when you can fly, it kind of... I mean, bicycle couriers would probably be the next best choice, but broomstick couriers would be my first choice.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a point in the movie where she loses her ability to fly, and the way they handle that is why I love this movie so much. In that, she befriends an artist who basically says there's points where I can't draw.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to force my drawings, and it ends up being really bad copies of everything else. And as anyone who has any creativity to them, I like to call myself a storyteller.
Yeah. I
like to tell my friends stories. I like to craft lores or theories based off video games and movies and whatnot. And when I can do that naturally, I feel wonderful. I get to entertain so many people. Yeah. But every now and then, I will hit a slump myself, and I feel like I gotta force this because my friends wanted me to tell them a story. So here's a story, and after I tell it, I think about it and that it was terrible. I'm just rehashing old cliches, and I feel like I did a terrible job, which makes me force even harder the next time, which makes these things turn out just terrible. And the message they give is sometimes you just need to stop. Yeah. Take a break.
Let it come to you.
Let it come to you. Life will oftentimes bring you that spark of inspiration. Yeah. Or in Kiki's sake, friend in danger.
Yeah. And, I mean, in a sense, the movie is sort of about the journey. Like, it's sort of a metaphor for the journey of a creative person. Yeah. Setting out on your own and finding your style, your own, yourself in your creativity, whether you're an artist, you're a writer, a musician, whatever you are. Yeah. And then, of course, the losing of her powers representing writer's block. Your first time dealing with that, and I mean, the first time, like I played music for years. The first time I ran into a block like that, I was like, "Oh my god, am I done? Is this it? Can I?
Did I reach my peak already?"
Yeah. And it's scary when you are that invested in what you do.
But unlike being you, magic was Kiki's whole life. She was born a witch.
Exactly.
No one expects her to be anything but a witch. Mm-hmm. So that's basically putting even more pressure on a little girl. And that's another little thing is that people don't like. Miyazaki never tells you why she really loses her magic. No. Most people like to think stress. Yeah. And that's the theory I go with. Yeah. And because her magic is so integral to her, she loses the ability to talk to her familiar, Gigi. Yeah. Which I imagine she's in a new town. She's got a few acquaintances and friends she's making, but Gigi's been with her for who knows how long. Yeah. To lose the ability to talk to who is basically your other half. Yep. No wonder she gets more depressed, and they don't ever really say if she ever gets the ability to talk to him ever again at the end of the movie.
No.
And that's one of the things fans like to think that she did. Miyazaki never gives a straight answer for it, and that pisses people off. I like to think...
Slight spoilers here, but I mean, the movie's from the 80s, so it's, you know...
We're going to spoil it, and...
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think the other way you can look at the movie, and I think the way I even more so lean to, was the coming of age aspect.
Yeah. It's definitely a coming of age story, but
yeah.
I took more of a writer's block story from
it.
And
I wondered if maybe the what's the cat's name? Gigi?
Gigi, yeah.
The connection with Gigi being lost there and never fully returning is...
She's older. She doesn't need him anymore.
It's a maturity thing.
That's another fan theory I'm going to go with. That's a lot less heartbreaking to me.
Yeah, and but like the thing about it at the end there is they both seem very content with whatever their situation was. Yeah. So
Kiki has her delivery service going. She's making friends, and Gigi's a father. He gets with a nice little lady cat that lives next door.
Yeah,
and they have 4 kittens. One looks like Gigi, the other looks like the mom. And I'm like, thank you, anime cat kittens, for almost always doing that.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Yeah. But at the ending credits scene where I want to think it's Gigi's son, is on the broom with Kiki. And he's got a string around the little kitten's neck, and Gigi's holding on the string in his mouth while they're flying. Yeah. That's just so precious to me, because it's like, she's training a new familiar, I guess, for future witches. I don't know. Maybe she can't talk to Gigi, but she'll talk to Gigi's son. I don't know. We don't get any answers. We just get a beautiful flying montage and credits. Yeah. I mean, again, I cannot stop talking about how beautiful this flight animation is.
It is wonderful. Yeah. Like, and it goes hand in hand with what you were saying earlier about the setting. Yeah. Like, the one thing I really noticed in this movie, and like, it is a thing that Miyazaki does. He really, really plans out the towns and the settings of his films.
They feel so real.
This felt the most real out of everything I've seen so far. Yeah. I noticed that I was watching it, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but like, I could follow where the characters were going
in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, like I could follow. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And
people, you see people on their daily routines, and you see daily routines.
Yeah,
but at the same time, they're also not always wearing the same outfit like some movies would cheap out on.
Yeah, like it felt, it looked, it sounded, it was just, it seemed like a believable town. Yeah. As if they had just dropped these characters into the town and filmed the movie there. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it actually tastes like the salt air or because we live next to the ocean, but that's just my brain.
Yeah.
But you could almost swear you could taste the salty air.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just, even when she's doing a terrible job of flying, because she's not the best flyer, the energy in those sporadic flights and the cars swerving to dodge her, the faces you see on the drivers, something you would blink and miss is there. You see a driver shitting his pants and thinking he's going to hit a little girl. Yeah. And the energy is just, when this movie wants to be, it can have so much energy, but it likes to just have quiet moments. Yeah. Like I said, it's the best palate cleanser. If you've watched a lot of intense things or a lot of played some really hard video games, like I've recently just started playing Dark Souls 3. This was good to play immediately after Dark Souls 3. Okay. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, like, the movie is not really similar at all, but the way in which, like you said, it just has sporadic bursts of energy. It kind of reminds me of the Netflix film from last year, Okja.
Oh, okay. I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
It's, I think it's a South Korean film, directed by Boon Jong-ho, I believe is his name. Did a movie a few years ago called Snowpiercer. Okay. I'm not going to get into the movie itself, but it's a slow-paced, more dramatic film, and it's like a sci-fi drama. Mm-hmm. And then they have this one chase scene that is like off the wall, one of the most exciting chase scenes I've seen in years. Okay. And it's maybe 5 to 10 minutes long, and it just is there, and then you're back to your slow-paced sci-fi drama. Ooh. And that's sort of what Kiki does in a way.
Yeah, it's like they have their low points, there are nice quiet points, and all the energy that should be in a movie is just bottled up to be used in certain other scenes.
Yeah, the scene where they try out his bike plane thing that... what's the kid's name? Tomato?
Tomato, I think that's his name?
Yeah, something like that.
Who I'm just terrible at names, so it's nothing against that character. I mean, he's actually kind of precious himself.
Yeah.
And when he tries that, and we're not sure if it's Kiki that makes it actually fly, or but there's just so much energy to that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the spoilers to the ending. There's a blimp is basically crashing, and he's hanging on for dear life. And Kiki, after not being able to fly, gets the ability to fly and tries to save him. She's going to save him. Yeah. But the energy in her missing and not being able to control her broom is just so intense that I've seen this movie 4 or 5 times, but every time I see that scene, I'm just like, come on, reach up. Come on, you're so close. Yeah. And the people below watching chanting, don't give up. I'm like, that's what you want to chant too. And it's when she's slipping on her broom, that looks so natural. It's not like she's on the broom. She's just attached to it.
Yeah.
No, exactly. She's holding on to a flying broom, and the way they land is she's still holding on to the broom, but holding on to him, so she's dangling from the broom, and he's dangling from her arm, and slowly, safe landing.
One thing else we should mention here, like every other Miyazaki English dub, a lot of high-profile voice actors. Not even known for voice acting, just
they picked really good actors in general.
They go for like it's weird that like a lot of actors who would normally never do voice acting, the second they are offered a Miyazaki English dub, they're on board.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why we can say he's the Walt Disney, because when a lot of people who'd never voice acted in their life or said, "Hey, do you want to play the princess in the Disney movie?" Yeah, they'll throw down whatever the hell they're doing and run to Florida.
Like, Kiki, voiced by Kirsten Dunst, for starters. Phil Hartman, as you said, voicing Gigi. Matthew Lawrence, if you remember him from Boy Meets World. Okay. He voices Tombo. Tombo's the character's name. Yeah. And what was the other one? Debbie Reynolds, of course, the late mother of the late Carrie Fisher. Yeah. Voices... Madam, I can't remember which old woman that was.
I think that's the one that just has Kiki deliver the fish cake or something like that? Yeah. I got mixed up as to which... I think it was the main... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because there's a couple there.
There's
a nice few old ladies in this movie. Yeah.
And there's a couple other names there, but...
Those are the biggest ones.
Brad Garrett shows up in like a little tiny role as Fukio. But he barely speaks. Yeah. The assistant guy, the I think he was the husband. Actually,
I think he's the husband of the baker.
Yeah, but he has maybe one line,
4 or 5 lines at most, and they're usually short. He comes the way he's animated. He's the strong, silent type, but he's also completely adoring Kiki. Because he makes the little sign for Kiki's delivery service, and he's so giddy when he makes it. He's just like, that's the most precious thing I've ever seen in my life, to see this big man woo! We get a witch living in her attic. Oh, she's so precious.
I don't know. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just so I'm a guy who likes to pick random things for his favorites, and this is just a wonderful... I keep going back to how much of a palate cleanser this is. Yeah. This is the perfect kind of movie you want to watch when you've had, a shitty week, or you've watched too much of the news lately. Yep. You just need...
And it's one of those things you can turn on, not have, with it... If you don't feel like you have the attention span to pay, to really watch something, it's not hard to follow.
And it's perfect for if you want to put on a movie for your kids, because the morals are so nice and sweet. There's no gratuitous violence like some other Miyazaki movies have. Yeah. I don't think any blood in this one, which is... I think even some other Miyazaki's cute ones have at least finger pricks or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's just... Nobody dies, nobody gets hurt. Yep. But in the best way, not the clean kind of way. These people have lives. Yeah. It's just we don't see the worst parts of their lives. We just see one depressed little witch for a while, and we see how she deals with that. Yep. And
I think this movie, from what I've seen, and I mean, which again is a handful of movies.
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect summation
Yeah.
of Miyazaki.
Like I keep saying, it's only thing it's missing is his beat you over the head with how terrible war is. Which I always keep saying, yes, war is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
But we don't need you to be that in every single movie.
Yeah.
Flex your muscles, Miyazaki. Don't just, be a copy machine for your similar ideas, but just done really differently and really beautifully. Like I keep saying, he may do a lot of the same tropes and cliches in almost all of his movies.
Yeah.
But you only notice this when you go back and compare his movies.
Yeah.
Where they have almost the same beats.
Yeah.
The same thing, pop songs have almost all the same beats, but they can feel really different from one another.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that's the only problem with Miyazaki, then that's pretty good directing skill, in my opinion.
Yeah. He is one of the greatest.
Yeah. He can tell a story. He can craft a world in... How long did it take for you to feel like Kiki was a real... Like, this town Kiki landed in was a real living town?
Immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
She was still in the air.
Yeah. People's reactions to... We haven't seen a witch in this town for God knows how long. Yeah. There's a little girl flying. That is amazing. Yeah. And, like, I go back to the traffic incident she almost causes.
Yep.
That's how people would react.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And it's all because she gets a little bit cocky while flying.
Yeah.
She decides to fly through a tunnel. And there comes this double-decker bus, which is barely not fitting the tunnel.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I can't remember all the details now on the work that Miyazaki does hands-on with his films.
Yeah.
But I know that, like, he hand draws a lot.
Yeah.
Insane number of... And I mean, like... if you look into, like, when he is making a movie, the hours he works in a day, like, I think it's something like, for the entirety of the making of the movie, working 19-hour days and shit like that. Like, it is unreal.
I for a lot of time, he sleeps at the studio.
Yep.
Which, there's a lot of Japanese studios will do that. Like, they will, like...
Yeah.
It brings to be really weird. It brings me back to the original Gundam, where they were so behind schedule, so overworked, that I think nobody in the animation studio left for like a month to bang out the last few episodes.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
And one of the lead animator of that actually almost had a heart attack. It was hospitalized.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed Miyazaki's heart has not exploded in his chest.
Yeah.
The passion he puts in all of his movies, even the movies I don't like that he's been part of, are still, goddamn, this is beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
The story wasn't for me, but...
Yeah. I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast before, but my personal favorite so far is Ponyo.
Yeah. I don't care for Ponyo myself. I don't hate it, like I just said, but it wasn't for me. Like, it didn't really...
It was also like a very, very simple idea.
Yeah.
Simple movie. It's like pretty much a traditional fairy tale type of story done the Miyazaki way.
Yeah. Maybe it was just the mood I was in when I watched Ponyo. But like, it was also the mood I watched Kiki may have affected me, because it was...
It was one of those things where, like, when I watched Ponyo, I didn't instantly say, like, yes, this is the best one I've seen yet.
Yeah, okay.
But it just stuck with me the longest.
The same thing with Kiki. I watched it with my girlfriend when we started dating, and I mulled it over.
Yeah.
A couple days later, I'm like, I can remember more about this than Mononoke. Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah, it just...
And I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 weeks later, I'm like, yeah, this has got to be what I think is his best movie.
Yeah. Like, at the time, because I watched Totoro and Ponyo in the same week.
Yeah. Most people say Totoro's
the one. At the time, I was like, well, yeah, obviously, that was better. And, like, the further I got away from those movies, because I've never gone back to rewatch them, I was like, okay, yeah, Ponyo, I remember that movie pretty much beat for beat.
Yeah.
Totoro, I don't remember shit about Totoro.
Me either.
I remember that there is a Totoro. I remember, like...
him being fucking cute looking.
I remember the bus stop scene and sitting in the tree. I don't remember shit about that movie.
I remember the little black speckle things on the floorboards.
But
I didn't leave that much of an impression on him besides how fucking cute Totoro is.
Yeah.
Which, again, is not a bad thing. I mean...
Yeah.
Totoro has launched so many plush sales, so...
Oh my god, he's like the Mickey Mouse of Japan. Like
in places, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good for a Kiki episode. Like, this is their first time doing a feature length.
And it was a nice short feature length. It was...
Yeah.
I mean, we could... I guess if we really want to, we could start dissecting how magic works, but that seems not like the time and place for that.
Nah.
We're more of a overview of a show.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you want like a lorecraft guys,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure you can find them somewhere. I mean, I listen to a lot of lorecraft guys myself, and I would like to do that myself one day. But Kiki is not where I would start.
No,
and it's one like you can take away with how her magic works for whatever works for you.
Yeah,
like some people I know say it's because she is 13 and falling in love.
Okay.
Hormones are ruined for her. Which, and there's an argument for that. She's clearly infatuated with...
I mean, scientifically speaking, like, well, like, trying to get this right, puberty-based hormones in a person with magical abilities, I mean, there's got to be some kind of chemical reaction in there, right? Like,
some people like to take it as a depression.
Yeah, okay.
Others, like myself, take it as a writer's block. Flight block.
I feel like you can take a lot of ideas and interpretations and attach it to this movie because it's
very open-ended. And going back to our last episode, Death Parade was open-ended in certain places that it shouldn't have been. Kiki's open-endedness is just fine.
Yeah. I when I say that this might not be my favorite Miyazaki film, I don't have any complaints.
No.
I have nothing I can say that I would never think myself so high as to complain about something Miyazaki did, because the man is
I will, but I'm a giant jackass, so I'm not afraid to do that.
Like, I can't think of anything that would be changed to improve this movie. Like, I think it is exactly what it needs to be.
It ends at the right spot.
Yep.
There's no additional characters. There's no pure comedy character shoved in to entertain the kids. Yep. Which, how many movies you can think of are ruined by that premise alone?
I certainly can't think of any Star Wars ones. Anyway. But no, it doesn't end too soon. It doesn't outstay its welcome at all.
Now, mentioning Star Wars and Miyazaki makes me think maybe he should do a Star Wars movie.
I would watch that.
Like, if he made the Ewoks movie,
I would watch that.
I would watch the crap out of it.
Oh my god! How much would it cost to commission that?
I guarantee whatever it is, you'd probably make your money back.
Yeah. Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like I said, even if you made a fucking Jar Jar Binks movie, I'm pretty sure Miyazaki could somehow make it work.
He could do it.
He could do it. He'd probably have some really strong opinions about Jar Jar. You may end up disagreeing with him personally, but the movie itself would be amazing. You'd find a way to find Miyasa so happy to be adorable.
Yeah, you know what? I think he could do it, man. Like, that's how good this guy is. And I think that's a pretty good note to end Kiki on.
Yeah.
I guess we could get into our next episode.
It's another really cute one, isn't it?
Well, see, here's the thing. The last episode we did something very dark and
deep and introspective and made you think.
And now we're currently ending an episode about something very cute.
It's pretty much condensed cuteness in a can.
And the next one is sort of what happens when you combine those?
Yeah, this is the you threw kind of Death Parade and kind of Kiki's in a blender, and then you stringed out what was there. And
we're doing Agretzko.
Agretzko, yes, it's a portmanteau of Retzko and aggression.
Yeah. Retzko being the name of the main character, which we'll get into. Netflix exclusive, right?
Yeah, they are the ones to dub this show. They didn't make it; they're the ones to dub it. So, they actually picked a lot of different voice actors, and whoa, it was good.
We won't get much into that show now, but I will say it is 10 episodes,
about 15 minutes an episode, give or take,
and it's on Netflix. So if you, the listener, don't have Netflix, you know somebody who does.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
And all you need is, 10, 15, it's 2.5 hours?
Yeah, give yourself maybe 3 hours.
Either use your Netflix or borrow somebody else's Netflix for 2.5 hours. You've got 2 weeks to do it.
Yeah. This is available in an English dub or Japanese dub. I do not recommend the Japanese dub. Not because I think dubs are better, but because the localization of this, so many jokes work better. So we'll get into that next time, whenever we get a chance to get back together.
Yeah. Fantastic film. Jesus, I'm stuck.
It almost is a film.
It's about the length of the film. Yeah, it's a great series. Hilarious. It's wonderful in every way.
Yeah. I keep giving Ryan really great anime and whatnot to watch.
This wasn't even our plan for the next episode, but
the missus made me pick this one, and I do not regret this.
Oh, I don't either. I binged this very, very quickly. I loved it.
So we'll get on to that next episode.
Yep, we'll be seeing you guys in 2 weeks. Well, we won't see you. You won't see us. You'll be hearing us.
Listen to the sound of our voices.
I don't know how to end this.
We still do not have a goddamn ending to this show.
No, and I don't have anything Miyazaki related to do here.
Okay, how about this? There's one other thing we didn't mention about Kiki that I think we should.
What?
How delicious all that bread and that bacon was. How about we go up for food right now? Because that sounds really good. Let's go get some fresh bread.
I do want fresh bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys go out for some good bakery stuff. Hit up your local bakery.
Go get some fresh bread, guys. Yeah. That should be our sign-off for every episode.
Yeah, that'll make complete, utter sense.
Have a good day and go have some fresh bread.
Don't ask me why. Pumpernickel, alright.
Later.